At a cost of $1 trillion, a height of 1,600 feet, a width of 650 feet, and a length of 105 miles, all encompassing just one gigantic structure, this is The Line, the project that could make or break Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's quest to diversify its economy has led to some truly strange proposals. But perhaps nothing is truly as strange as the trillion-dollar line that Saudi Arabia claims will change the way we see cities. But can a structure like this really be made? What effects would it have on the Saudi economy? And can it really change the way we see urban life? Let's find out. First, let's look at how the line came to be. In 2016, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman announced the kingdom's Vision 2030, which would transform Saudi Arabia from an oil export-based economy to a diversified one that relies on tourism, entertainment, science, and technology. The main goal of this vision was to increase foreign investment in Saudi Arabia and make it attractive to investors. Many saw this as an attempt to replicate the success of cities like Dubai in the UAE, and that's not far from the truth. One of the main components of Saudi Vision 2030 is the city of Neom. Located across the Gulf of Aqaba, which separates Egypt from Saudi Arabia, Neom is planned to be something akin to Dubai on steroids. Its strategic location puts it between the continents of Asia, Africa, and Europe. It would be connected by a seaport that gives it access to the global economy, and most importantly, it would be a mecca of international tourism thanks to mega projects that would put those of Dubai to shame. At the heart of Neom City would be a project called The Line. This is going to be one of the most ambitious mega projects in human history, and undoubtedly the most expensive as well. It's designed with the goal of reimagining the concept of what a city truly is, and with a $1 trillion price tag, it's one of the biggest gambles the kingdom has taken with its future vision. So, what will the line be like? It's hard to compare the line to literally any other mega project on Earth. There simply hasn't been anything even remotely similar. The line is going to be a singular structure that stretches over a length of around 170 kilometers. The structure will be 500 meters tall, just slightly shorter than the One World Trade Center, the tallest building in North America. This isn't just going to be a building, but rather an entire city in its own right. The project planners claim that the line will be able to house around 7 million people, almost twice the population of Los Angeles. The line structure will be completely covered by an outer layer of reflective glass, which would allow it to easily blend into the environment surrounding it. The city will be powered by renewable energy and is planned to be carbon neutral. It has a shockingly small footprint of just 34 square kilometers. On the inside, the line will contain practically every amenity a person would need in a city: residential units, schools, parks, shops, entertainment venues, and so much more. It's designed in a way that all residents would have access to identical utilities, and no resident would be more than 100 meters away from any given facility. At the base of the structure, there will be a high-speed transit system that allows any resident to reach any part of the line within just 20 minutes. Although the project is designed in a way that no resident would even need to leave their own ecosystem. Now I know what you're thinking. Wouldn't trying to fit over 7 million people inside a single building make things super claustrophobic? Well, ideally, no. The line is going to have a width of over 200 meters, the same as the height of the average skyscraper in the United States. It's going to be absolutely massive in scale and will allow each resident to have at least 1,000 cubic meters of urban volume. That's more space than you get in practically any megacity on Earth. All residents of the line will live in a climate-controlled environment that's filled with nature. There will be indoor parks, purified air, and many different kinds of landscapes, all within the same building. 1 minute you could be at a mountain ski resort, and a 10-minute walk later you could be sunbathing at a tropical beach. Each environment will be carefully designed to be as authentic as possible. There will be a total of 3 layers to the line. The top layer will be for the residents. It's where people will live, walk, socialize, and gather. The middle layer will contain all of the essential infrastructure and amenities, such as shops. The bottom layer will contain the line's extensive transport infrastructure, including a high-speed rail that can go at speeds of up to 512 kilometers an hour. The line is undoubtedly going to be high-tech. Its administration will be neither democratic nor autocratic. Instead, everything will be managed with the help of, if not entirely by, AI, which will continuously get better as it learns more and more about its residents. Now, is the line a possibility? There's no doubt in anyone's mind that the line is an ambitious project, but that's not without its own shortcomings. The main concern everyone has about the line is its astronomical cost. The Saudi government claims that it can build the structure at a cost of around $500 billion, but independent estimates put the figure closer to around $1 trillion. That's around the same size as Saudi Arabia's entire economy, but the kingdom hopes that oil revenues and foreign investment will be able to cover any spending shortfalls. But there's also a concern that the line won't be able to live up to some of its promises. For example, the high-speed transit system that sits at the bottom layer of the structure doesn't even exist yet. There's no train that's able to reach speeds of 512 kilometers an hour. Even if the Saudis somehow manage to pour tens of billions of dollars into the research and development of a train that can reach these speeds, it still won't be able to achieve its purpose of getting residents from any point of the line to the other in just 20 minutes. There will have to be numerous stops, perhaps every 5 kilometers or so, for a total of 172 kilometers. Even if the train only stops for around 1 minute, there's no way it'll be able to achieve the impossible time limit. Additionally, people are skeptical of the claim that the line will have all sorts of different natural environments, including beaches, forests, snow-capped hills, grasslands, and more. Creating such a diverse range of environments would be next to impossible in the harsh desert conditions of Saudi Arabia, and their options would be highly limited. Further skepticism arises at the tall claims of environmental sustainability promoted by the Saudi government. It's simply impossible for a project of this scale to be carbon neutral. The local wildlife may also be negatively impacted by a massive 170-kilometer length skyscraper cutting through their natural habitat. But the main criticism of the line is simply that no one asked for it. If there was a big market out there for linear cities, we probably would have seen a few popped up by now. In reality, cities naturally expand outwards because it's the most efficient way of doing so. More importantly, there are very few people that would be willing to live in the line. This will prevent foreign investors from risking their money on the project, and even a kingdom as rich as Saudi Arabia will never be able to cover the cost. But even if Saudi Arabia takes the gamble of a lifetime and finds $1 trillion to invest in the line, how will it maintain it? There are currently no estimations of how much the yearly maintenance of such a structure would cost, and considering the Saudis expect this project to essentially pay for itself, maintaining it would not be possible without compromising on some of the integral features. Despite all that, construction of the line is underway as of October 2022. If the Saudi government is able to prove everyone wrong by successfully completing the project, it will always be one of the greatest construction marvels the world has ever seen. But if literally anything goes wrong, this could potentially be the most expensive white elephant the world has ever seen. Believe it or not, despite its small GDP, Saudi Arabia wouldn't really mind losing $1 trillion. That's because the sheer amount of money often doesn't even show up in official economic indicators. If you want to know how rich Saudi Arabia truly is, make sure you check out this video on the most powerful families that run the world.